Your mind is like a wild monkey, jumping from branch to branch. One moment you're reading about photosynthesis, the next you're wondering what's for dinner, then suddenly you're planning next weekend's activities. Sound familiar? This mental chaos isn't a modern curse. It's been plaguing humans for thousands of years. Ancient monks discovered something revolutionary. The harder you fight your wandering mind, the stronger it becomes. They called this the resistance paradox. When you force yourself to concentrate, you create internal tension that actually destroys focus. It's like trying to calm turbulent water by stirring it faster. Modern neuroscience confirms what these wise practitioners knew intuitively. Your brain has two attention networks, the focused attention network and the default mode network. When you struggle against distractions, both networks activate simultaneously, creating cognitive conflict that exhausts your mental energy within minutes. The monks developed a different approach entirely. Instead of battling their thoughts, they learned to observe them with gentle curiosity. They discovered that thoughts are like clouds. They naturally pass if you don't chase them or push them away. This observation creates what neuroscientists now call metacognitive awareness, the ability to watch your own thinking process without getting caught in it. Here's the counterintuitive truth. The moment you stop trying so hard to focus, real concentration begins to emerge naturally. It's like learning to float in water. The more you relax and trust the process, the easier it becomes. This ancient wisdom transforms studying from a battle into a dance. Instead of forcing your attention onto boring material, you'll learn to create conditions where focus flows effortlessly. The monks called this state choiceless awareness, a place where concentration happens by itself without strain or struggle. Ready to discover how this works in practice? Let's explore the first secret that changes everything. Picture a master calligrapher preparing to create a masterpiece. They don't immediately grab their brush and start painting. Instead, they sit quietly, breathing deeply, allowing their mind to settle like sediment in still water. This ritual isn't superstition, it's neuroscience disguised as spirituality. Ancient monks understood something profound about the human brain. It needs transition time to shift from chaos to clarity. They called this practice the sacred pause, a brief moment of stillness before beginning any focused activity. Modern research reveals why this works so brilliantly. Your brain operates in different frequency states. Beta waves dominate when you're anxious, scattered, or multitasking. Alpha waves emerge during relaxed awareness, while theta waves appear in deep meditative states. The sacred pause deliberately shifts your brain from beta to alpha, creating optimal conditions for sustained attention. Here's how monks practiced this. Before opening any text, they would sit with eyes closed for exactly 3 minutes. Not to empty their mind, that's impossible, but to acknowledge whatever thoughts and feelings were present without judgment. They'd notice tension in their shoulders, worry about tomorrow's tasks, or excitement about today's learning. Simply noticing, not fixing. This practice activates your prefrontal cortex, the brain's CEO, while calming the amygdala, your internal alarm system. When your nervous system feels safe, your mind naturally becomes more receptive to new information. It's like tuning a radio to the right frequency before expecting clear reception. The beauty of the sacred pause is its simplicity. You're not learning complex meditation techniques or fighting your thoughts. You're simply creating space between the chaos of daily life and the focused attention required for deep learning. Try this before your next study session. Sit quietly for 3 minutes, breathe naturally, and notice whatever arises in your awareness without trying to change it. Watch how this simple practice transforms your entire learning experience. Imagine trying to hold a butterfly in your closed fist. The tighter you squeeze, the more likely you are to crush its delicate wings. Concentration works exactly the same way. The harder you grip your attention, the more it struggles to escape. Zen monks discovered a revolutionary approach to focus that seems almost magical. They learned to concentrate without concentrating. They called this soft focus, a state where attention flows naturally toward the object of study, like water flowing downhill. Traditional study methods teach you to force your mind onto the material through willpower and discipline. This creates what neuroscientists call cognitive load, mental strain that quickly depletes your brain's glucose reserves, leaving you exhausted after just 20 minutes of focused work. Monks approached this differently. Instead of forcing attention, they created conditions where focus emerged spontaneously. They discovered that the mind naturally wants to concentrate when it feels safe, relaxed, and curious. The key is removing obstacles, not adding effort. Here's their secret technique. Instead of commanding your mind to focus, gently invite your attention to rest on the study material. Imagine your awareness as a friendly cat that comes when called softly, but runs away when shouted at. Use phrases like, "I wonder what this chapter will teach me," instead of, "I must memorize this information." This approach activates your brain's intrinsic motivation system rather than its stress response. When you're genuinely curious, rather than desperately forcing, your mind releases dopamine, the same neurotransmitter that makes video games addictive. Suddenly, even boring subjects become engaging. The monks also discovered that attention has natural rhythms like breathing. Sometimes it's strong and steady, other times it's light and wandering. Instead of fighting these fluctuations, they learned to surf them like waves. This effortless attention isn't laziness, it's the most efficient way to learn. When your mind is relaxed and curious, it absorbs information like a sponge absorbs water. Your breath is the remote control for your nervous system. Ancient monks discovered this thousands of years before modern science proved it. They developed specific breathing techniques that could instantly shift their mental state from scattered to laser-focused, transforming their ability to absorb complex teachings. The secret lies in your vagus nerve, the longest cranial nerve that connects your brain to your heart, lungs, and digestive system. When you breathe in specific patterns, you can literally hack your nervous system, switching from fight or flight mode to rest and digest mode in under 60 seconds. Monks used what they called the breathing bridge, a technique that creates a smooth transition from everyday consciousness to deep learning states. Here's how it works. Breathe in for 4 counts, hold for 4 counts, breathe out for 6 counts, hold empty for 2 counts. Repeat this cycle 5 times before studying. This pattern activates your parasympathetic nervous system, which increases blood flow to your prefrontal cortex, the brain region responsible for sustained attention, working memory, and complex reasoning. It's like upgrading your mental processor before running demanding software, but there's more. The extended exhale stimulates your vagus nerve, which releases GABA, your brain's primary calming neurotransmitter. This creates what monks called alert relaxation, a state where you're simultaneously calm and intensely focused. Modern research confirms this ancient wisdom. Studies show that controlled breathing increases alpha brainwaves by up to 40%. While reducing cortisol levels and improving cognitive performance. Navy SEALs use similar techniques to maintain focus under extreme pressure. The breathing bridge works because it gives your mind something specific to do while transitioning into study mode. Instead of wrestling with random thoughts, your attention has a clear, simple task. This creates momentum that naturally carries into your learning session. Practice this technique consistently, and you'll develop the ability to access deep focus states on command, regardless of external circumstances or internal distractions. Western culture glorifies the marathon study session, pulling all-nighters, cramming for hours, pushing through exhaustion with caffeine and willpower. Ancient monks took the opposite approach, and neuroscience now proves they were absolutely right. Monks discovered that the mind learns best in what they called micro-moments, brief periods of intense focus followed by complete rest. They observed that attention naturally operates in cycles, like waves on a shore. Fighting these natural rhythms creates suffering. Flowing with them creates mastery. Modern research reveals the science behind this wisdom. Your brain can only maintain peak concentration for 15-20 minutes before glucose levels in your prefrontal cortex begin to drop. After 45 minutes, cognitive performance plummets dramatically. Yet most students try to study for hours straight, wondering why they feel mentally exhausted and retain so little. The monastic approach works with your brain's natural architecture. Study intensely for 15 to 20 minutes, then take a 5-minute break. During breaks, avoid screens and stimulation. Instead, look out a window, stretch gently, or practice the breathing bridge technique. This allows your brain to process and consolidate what you've learned. This isn't laziness, it's optimization. During rest periods, your brain activates the default mode network, which helps transfer information from short-term to long-term memory. It's like giving your mental muscles time to recover between sets at the gym. Monks also discovered that quality trumps quantity every time. 20 minutes of focused, relaxed attention accomplishes more than 2 hours of distracted struggle. They called this the paradox of less. By doing less, you achieve more. This approach eliminates the guilt and frustration that plague most students. Instead of feeling bad about taking breaks, you'll understand that rest is an essential part of the learning process. Your study sessions become sustainable and enjoyable rather than exhausting battles of willpower. Try this today. Set a timer for 15 minutes. Focus completely on your material, then rest for 5 minutes. Notice how much more you retain with this gentle rhythm. Your environment shapes your consciousness more than you realize. Ancient monks understood this intuitively, carefully crafting their surroundings to support deep contemplation and learning. They called this practice environmental alchemy, transforming ordinary spaces into sanctuaries of focus. Modern neuroscience confirms their wisdom. Your brain constantly scans your environment for threats and distractions. A cluttered, chaotic space keeps your nervous system in low-level alert mode, making sustained concentration nearly impossible. Clean, organized environments signal safety to your subconscious, allowing your mind to relax into deeper states of attention. Monks followed specific principles when creating study spaces. First, they eliminated visual clutter. Every object in their environment served a clear purpose. This isn't about minimalism for its own sake, it's about removing cognitive load. When your visual field is simple and organized, your mind can focus entirely on learning rather than processing unnecessary stimuli. Second, they controlled lighting carefully. Harsh fluorescent lights trigger stress responses, while natural light or warm, soft illumination promotes relaxation and alertness simultaneously. If possible, position yourself near a window or use a warm-toned desk lamp. Third, they understood the power of ritual. Before studying, they would arrange their materials in the same way each time, light incense or ring a small bell. These simple actions signal to your subconscious that it's time to shift into learning mode. Your brain loves patterns and will quickly associate these rituals with focused attention. Temperature matters too. Monks kept their study spaces slightly cool, around 68 to 70 degrees. Warm environments make you drowsy, while cold spaces create tension. The sweet spot promotes alert relaxation. Finally, they eliminated digital distractions completely. No phones, no notifications, no screens, except what's necessary for learning. Your brain cannot multitask effectively. Every ping and buzz fragments your attention. Create your own sacred study space using these principles and watch how your capacity for deep learning transforms naturally. Most people approach discipline like a drill sergeant, harsh, demanding, punitive. Ancient monks discovered a radically different approach they called gentle discipline, a way of maintaining consistent practice without creating internal resistance or burnout. The key insight is this: sustainable motivation comes from love, not fear. When you force yourself to study through willpower alone, you're essentially declaring war on yourself. Part of you wants to learn, while another part rebels against the pressure. This internal conflict drains enormous energy and makes studying feel like torture. Monks approached discipline like a wise parent guiding a beloved child. They were firm but kind, consistent but flexible, committed but compassionate. They understood that harsh self-criticism creates stress hormones that actually impair learning and memory formation. Here's how gentle discipline works in practice. Instead of berating yourself for getting distracted, simply notice the distraction with curiosity and gently guide your attention back to the material. Treat your wandering mind like a puppy that needs patient training, not punishment. Set realistic expectations. Monks never tried to transform overnight. They made small, consistent improvements over months and years. This approach builds genuine confidence and creates positive momentum rather than the boom-bust cycles that plague most students. Celebrate small victories. Did you maintain focus for 10 minutes without distraction? Acknowledge that achievement. Your brain learns through positive reinforcement much more effectively than through criticism and punishment. Most importantly, connect with your deeper motivation. Why are you studying? How will this knowledge serve your life and others? Monks always linked their learning to something larger than personal achievement, service, wisdom, or spiritual growth. When discipline comes from love rather than fear, it becomes effortless. You're no longer forcing yourself to study, you're choosing to engage with material that matters to you. This shift in perspective transforms everything. Practice gentle discipline this week and notice how your relationship with learning begins to heal and flourish. You now possess 5 ancient secrets that can transform your relationship with learning forever. But knowledge without application remains merely intellectual entertainment. The final step is integration, weaving these practices into your daily life until they become as natural as breathing. Monks understood that true mastery isn't about perfection, it's about consistency. They didn't expect to achieve perfect focus immediately. Instead, they committed to practicing these principles daily, allowing gradual transformation to unfold naturally over time. Start small. Choose one technique that resonates most strongly with you, perhaps the sacred pause or the breathing bridge. Practice it consistently for 1 week before adding another element. Your brain needs time to form new neural pathways, and rushing the process creates overwhelm rather than mastery. Remember that setbacks are part of the journey, not evidence of failure. Even master monks experienced days when their minds felt scattered or resistant. The difference is, they didn't judge these experiences as problems to solve, but as natural fluctuations to observe with compassion. Create accountability through gentle tracking. Notice which techniques work best for different types of material or times of day. This isn't about rigid rules, but about developing sensitivity to your own learning rhythms and preferences. Most importantly, trust the process. These ancient methods have guided countless seekers toward effortless mastery for over 2,000 years. They work not through force or manipulation, but by aligning with your mind's natural intelligence and capacity for focused attention. As you continue this journey, remember that the goal isn't to become a perfect student, but to rediscover the joy of learning that exists within you naturally. When studying becomes effortless, you're not just improving your grades, you're reclaiming your birthright as a curious, capable human being. The path of effortless learning begins with a single breath, a moment of stillness, and the gentle intention to learn with love rather than struggle. Begin today.